Hello peeps, welcome back to my channel. Today it's time to get serious. So I want to have a bit of a rant, guys and gals. I suffer from chronic, although today's terms I use it, persistent pain in my lower to mid back. And at the moment I am looking for some solutions that are non-chemical. In other words, I don't have to orally take them or topically put them on to help me with my pain. So I've turned to some TENS machines. I believe they're called transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulators. Such a glorified name, aren't they? All it basically is it changes the stimuli in your brain, and it makes your brain believe that there is no pain. So your brain is a powerful thing. So although I take opioids for bulging discs that are pinging on nerves or my pelvis separating, so instead of doing this, I can retrain my brain into thinking that although I had this complaint, my pain is not real. Exactly. So, I purchased my very first TENS machine. It's called the Sun Mass Massager. And I got it from a company in Melbourne called CareMax Australia. Sorry for that rude interruption. Now I was saying, I purchased my very first TENS machine from a company called CareMax Australia. So it's Care, C-A-R-E, Max, M-A-X-A-U for Australia, I'm assuming. And it came with this fantastic little Wi-Fi remote control. Brilliant technology, fantastic technology, people. It's a wonderful device. You get your charger, it comes with a USB connector. You just stick it in the wall and then you stick it in the hole and it's charging away. Now the manual even says that you can use the residual power in the machine that it's been sent from the manufacturer. So I got a first couple of hours out of it without having to recharge it. Now there is one thing that I'm majorly disappointed with is, number one, the company's lack of communication and lack of resolution skills. I emailed them to let them know that unfortunately the gel pads aren't sticking to my back well enough. What happened after the first 5 sessions of 20-minute sessions, so that's 20-minute sessions and 5 of them, the machine started falling off my back. And I was in a sitting position, up in bed, and it was falling off. And of course I reached back to try and stop it from falling entirely and got my fingers all electronically stimulated instead. So their first comeback was, have you read the manual? Everything that was in the manual, they copied and pasted into an email back to me. Fantastic, great communication skills. Let's pretend that we've got to make sure that this person's pretty dumb to start with and that they haven't read the user guide before they rang me. Well, we can only assume, can't we? Secondly, well, of course I read the user manual guide because it's pretty explanatory, but when a problem goes wrong, the first thing you do is look up how to, what if, ha ha ha. Anyway, so I got back in contact with the company and they said, perhaps you need to use this extra gel liquid stuff on them to help, help extra gel to your back. And then I went onto their website and I couldn't locate this gel, so I messaged them back and I said, look, I haven't been able to find this gel substance. Is there any way that you could, send me into that direction and send me some and I'll pay for it now online? And then he sends a message back saying, I'm assuming it's a gentleman, sorry, sends a message back saying, well, look, you really shouldn't need that gel stuff. You really shouldn't. And you should get at least 150 sessions, 150 20-minute sessions out of these gel pads. And it was quite clear that I had not. So messaged them back again, saying, no, look, really, they haven't lasted. They haven't lasted. So by this stage, we've communicated 4 times, to and fro, 4 times. Not once did the company say, look, it could be a faulty batch, or it could be this, or it could be that. So why don't we send you another gel pad and we'll see what happens. That wasn't offered. Around about 9 communications later via message through the email portion of eBay, I finally get offered to, look, send it back to us, and we'll have a look at it. So I did. I sent it back with the old gel pads, right? These are not the old gel pads, by the way. These are other ones that I've purchased off my own bat. Sent them back. In turn, they've taken the old gel pads off. This is what they've said. Taken the old gel pads off, put their own on, because it would be occupational health and safety, I think, if they used my gel pads. And it worked fine. So he said, look, I've sent you a new machine, okay? The new machine came with no gel pads. Now, I'd sent it to them with gel pads, but I got no gel pads back in return. The machine was working fine. So I got the machine back minus the gel pads. So, okay, well, I had to use the last one that I had in the pack. So, anyway, still not working. Amazingly, still not working. This time it's the remote control that's faulty. So I bought a new battery and I tested the remote control and it definitely did not work. So sent a message back saying to the company that, yes, look, it's not working. I'm really unhappy at this stage because honestly, you've offered me no great resolution to this problem. I bought a machine that was worth $70, almost $80 actually, and really it's useless. I can't use it. It falls off my back. It's not working now. The remote control seems to be faulty. I mean, I got a battery in the initial package, but the battery was flat, and I knew it was flat for the simple fact is when I bought a new battery, guess what? I put it in, it worked. But now it stopped working. So very disappointed in this company. And one downfall is I purchased another TENS machine that was a bit more powerful than this, was a bit more sort of smaller than this, more compact than this machine. I totally regret purchasing this product. If there was a better type of customer service resolution, for example, we won't just send the new blue thing back. We'll send you back with some more gel pads, and we'll try and convince you that this is the product that you need. They built up absolutely no rapport with the customer at all. As far as I'm concerned, their rapport with me is knock at my front door, you're told to pretty quickly. So if I was you, I wouldn't purchase this product. It's a waste of time. I think because it's so bulky, it does tend to slide off. It tends to fall off. Once air gets into those gel pads that are on your back, between your back and the gel pads, it falls off. So you definitely cannot wear it while you're out and about. When you can wear it is possibly when you've got a pelvic girdle on, which is what I've got. I put that on, and if the remote control was working, I could still probably use this product. And to be honest, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it back to the company, and finally after 12 messages via eBay, he said, look, I'll offer you a full refund. But the context of the message was, just send the bloody thing back and I'll give you a refund. And with that attitude, I said to them in a response, I don't want a refund. And I'll put that in capital letters. I'll sign a waiver, whatever I have to do. I don't want a refund. I don't want to use your products anymore. I've got this condition. It's a permanent condition, which means to me, I'm going to be looking for answers of any kind. So this product to me, I could have been buying gel pads off them forever in a lifetime. If they got new stuff in, I would have tried that, just like this other machine. And I would have purchased, you know, more gel pads through them. God knows how much money I could have spent with this guy or this business. But now it's a good old zilch. You're not getting nothing from me ever again. So I'm going to edit this, and I'm going to let you guys know as soon as possible why I've nominated to never own this product again, or at least, no, let's say never purchase from CareMax Australia again. That's what I'm never going to do again. So, and unfortunately, that could have meant a lot of money, because, you know, I'm looking for answers for pain-free alternatives. And if that means TENS machines or EMS machines, then so be it. So, and this company had a fair few options out there, and I've tried a couple now, and I tell you what, I won't be trying anymore. Thanks guys for hearing me out. I'm sorry it's a bit of a negative rant this morning, but unfortunately we have our ups and we have our downs, and this is definitely a down. So it would be my recommendation, I won't be purchasing anything else from CareMax Australia, Melbourne, Australia. Thanks guys for watching. Please subscribe, like, and hit the bell, and I look forward to my next upload. Take care guys, bye.